Now let's come to formation of comparatives. Generally, we form comparatives and superlatives by adding er and est to the positive, or r and st, or changing y into I and then adding er or est. Otherwise, adding more and most. As shown in the first example, we have added er to the comparative and est to the superlative. And the next two examples, er and est are added, but one spelling is doubled, t. And the next example, d. And in the next one, y is changed into I, and then we have added er and est. And the last one, we have added more and most. So this is how we are forming comparatives and superlatives. Now, irregular comparisons. What are irregular comparisons? Here, these comparisons, comparative degree and superlative degree, they are not formed by adding er or est to the positive. They are formed in a different way. They are not formed from this positive degree. That is why they are called irregular comparisons. For example, much, we have not added er and we have not made it into mucher. And it is the comparative is more and the superlative is most. Just like that, far, farther, farthest, and bad, evil, ill, all comparative form is worse, and the superlative is worst. So these comparatives and superlatives are not formed from the positive degree. They are formed in a different way. Now, correct use of adjectives. Adjectives are to be used correctly. How can we use that? What is the method of using it correctly? Little, a little, the little. Here, there are much difference in meaning among these words little, a little, and the little. Little is used with uncountable nouns, which we cannot count. Little indicates almost none. The meaning of little is almost none. A little indicates at least something is there. That is the meaning of that. And the little indicates the whole, though very little. Whatever is left already there, to show that we use the little. With other examples, we will understand that. See these examples. There is little ink in my friend's pen. He will not be able to complete his work. It means that the ink in my friend's pen, with that ink, he cannot complete the work. That much little. It's not at all sufficient. But when we say there is a little ink in my pen, some ink is there and we can do work with that. That is the meaning of a little here. I completed English classwork with the little ink in the pen. Now, here we have used the little. That means already we have mentioned about that ink here. So, whatever ink is left, about that ink we are mentioning here. So, the little ink, what is left in the pen, with that I completed English classwork. So, here the little is mentioning the above example, a little. Now, come to the next example. Little apple juice was left in the can as he had finished almost all of it. Suppose here the first word, it is given in blank and you have to fill the answer. How will you fill? You may be confused what to use, little, a little, or the little. So, second part comes as a help for you. See the second part of the sentence. As he had finished almost all of it. As he had finished almost all of it. So from that we are getting a clue. We are getting a clue that he had finished almost all of it. That means very little, and we cannot, not useful for us. We can understand that. So what comes there? Almost nothing. little will come. So you can decide that little is the correct adjective there. Now next sentence, Rita has used a little salt for the 3 scrambled eggs she prepared. So here suppose a little, it is shown in dash. How will you fill? So you see, uh, Rita has used, suppose it is a dash salt for the 3 scrambled eggs she prepared. So she prepared the eggs. So a little, what is needed she will use, no? So a little salt we have to use. And the last one, the little yogurt that was left was sufficient for her breakfast. So we are talking about, already from the sentence itself it is clear that the dash yogurt that was left, that means already we are talking about that left yogurt. So we should understand that the little should be used there. Okay, so from the sentences also we get clue. So hope you understood the usage of little, a little and the little. And now we are coming to few, a few, the few. This also the same rule is applied. Few, a few, the few. The difference is that with the little we are using uncountable nouns. Here few is used with countable nouns. Few indicates almost none, just like little. A few indicates at least some. The few shows all of them, though very few. Few students attended online classes today. Few students. So almost no one attended. Means maybe 2 or 3 students. That is negligible. And a few students attended the classes yesterday. A few. That means some students, okay, attended the classes yesterday. And now we are mentioning the students who attended the classes already. So we are using the few students who attended the class were ready for the test. Okay. So the usage almost same for little, a little, a few and the few. But little is used with uncountable nouns and few is used with countable nouns. Here see students, few students, countable nouns. Students are countable nouns. Now come to later, latter, latest and last. Later and latest indicate time. Latter and last denote position. How is it? You reached school later than Veena. What is the latest news? Here these two indicate time. Suppose you reached school 8 a.m. and Veena reached school half past 7, half past 7. Then who reached late? You reached late. So it shows what? Time. What is the latest news? Means recent news. This also shows time. Gyan and Than are brothers. The latter is a musician. So it shows what? It denotes position. Gyan and Than, two brothers are mentioned here, and then we are saying the latter is a musician. Then we should understand the latter means who is coming in the second position. Here two are shown, so in the second position who is coming, he is the latter one. So here Dhan is the latter one. So that is why we are saying it shows position. The last boy in this row is my friend. The last boy in this row. So it also shows the position. The last boy. I hope you got it. Once again, the latter I'll say Gyan and Than are brothers. The latter is a musician. So when you see such a sentence, if you don't know the meaning of latter, you will not be able to understand latter denotes who, Gyan or Than. So you have to understand that when two persons are given, shown like this, and in the sentence latter is used, it shows the second one. Now we come to older, oldest, elder and eldest. How do we use it correctly? It's very important. Older and oldest, they denote age and they are used with both persons, animals and things. My friend is older than my sister. So it's, of course, you know that it shows age. And this is the oldest tree in the village. How old the tree is, the oldest tree in the village. And elder and eldest are used while speaking of the members of the same family. I have two elder sisters. So here, two sisters are of the same family. When we talk about the members of the same family, we cannot use older, we should use elder. That is the difference in the usage of this older and elder. Okay, but when we are talking about our friends or relatives or some others, we can use older. Suppose we are older in age, or others are older, we can use older than. But when we speak about our family members, we cannot use older, we should use elder. That is the main difference between older and elder. But both show age only. I have two elder sisters. We cannot say I have two older sisters. Understood? Sia is the eldest among all of us. And here we are speaking about three, more than two. So Sia is the eldest among all of us. We cannot say Sia is the oldest. That is the difference. That is what you have to understand and learn here. Never use than with elder, use to. Suppose, see, we are using elder, and elder than we cannot say. We should say elder to. For example, Sia is elder to me, we should say. We cannot say Sia is elder than me. Sia is elder to me. So, older, uh, and elder, eldest. This, the main difference is older and oldest we can use outside our family, but elder and eldest in the same family. And older and oldest we can also use with animals and things. Now we'll discuss superior to, inferior to, junior to and senior to. This is also very important in English language. It's a very important usage. Dia was junior to me in college. I am senior to Rekha. This is the way we say. We cannot say junior than or senior than. Okay, that is what you have to understand here. Always you learn these together: superior to, inferior to, junior to, senior to. In this way, you learn that. Her watch is superior to yours. See, when we are using superior, we can mention the quality also. When the quality of the things, materials are compared, we can use superior to, inferior to. With the things also we can use. Her watch is superior to yours. Superior in quality. Okay. Rohan feels inferior to others at his office. It's about his feelings. Rohan feels inferior, a little inferior to others at his office. Here also the same thing, inferior than we cannot use. That is an incorrect usage. So these all usages are very much needed for you to use correct English. So all of you go through the books also. Many examples are given there, exercises are sold and given to you, so learn everything very well. Now come to some and sufficient. Some and sufficient are used with both countable and uncountable nouns. So here these two we can use with the countable and uncountable nouns. So, some people are interested in spreading rumors, or give some food to the beggar. So earlier we talked about the usages of few, the few, little, a little and all. It's just a part of continuation. And in the usage of some and sufficient, these we can use both with countable and uncountable nouns. And some people are interested in spreading rumors. Here, people, countable noun. With that we have used some, but food is uncountable. With that also we have used some. So this slide is to show that with countable and uncountable we can use some. I have sufficient time to do my work. Just like that, sufficient also. We can use time is not, we don't say it as countable. We ask how much time, no? So sufficient time. And here sufficient materials are important for the new work. Here we are talking about the materials, so it's countable. And with that countable noun also we can use sufficient. So some and sufficient can be used with countable and uncountable nouns. And so we have covered here the usages of correct usages of some adjectives, like little, a little, the little, few, a few, the few, and some, sufficient, and later, latter, latest, last, like this. Almost all parts we have covered. Now go through the books in detail, learn all examples, and solve all the exercises, and all the solved exercises you analyze and learn again. This is what I have to say in this lesson. Okay, so today's class is over. God bless you.